is going to surprise you. So last month we got Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and Oblivion remastered via a shadow drop. And if you were on the PS5, we also got Indiana Jones, Forza Horizon 5 and a Days Gone remaster. I've literally not got enough time to play all of these. But with that said, if you're looking for something new to play or you just want to keep adding even more games to your library, here are 10 new games releasing in May that might pique your interest. And there are some great ones to show you today. Okay, so first up, and probably one of the biggest games to launch this month is Doom: The Dark Ages. We've seen a lot of hype around this, and I've got to say it looks absolutely stunning, especially with the combat and the new weapons. So this is a first-person shooter where you play as, of course, the Doom Slayer, equipped with your shield saw, skull crusher and various other heavy-duty looking weapons. Now it's set in a medieval inspired world, and although it's clearly a Doom game, it's going to feel a little different to Doom Eternal, and that's because the devs have said they've tried to combine the old and new with a classic Doom feel. It's going to be dark, heavy and grounded and a little less nimble this time, and to be honest, this is kind of what Doom is all about. It's those heavy weapons, brutal combat and solid hits that we want rather than being fast and agile, and from the gameplay that we've seen so far, it seems to be hitting that perfectly. But I know this isn't going to be for everyone, as Eternal had a whole different feel to it. As for the storyline, this is a prequel to Doom 2016, so it will come before both of the last two games, which means technically you can jump straight in at this game if you've not played the previous two. So Doom: The Dark Ages drops on May 15th, and that's coming to PS5, PC, Xbox Series and Game Pass. And next up, something a little lighter and more upbeat to play this month is Revenge of the Savage Planet. This is a sequel to the 2020 game Journey to the Savage Planet and is once again a third-person action-adventure game which is available to play either solo, online or local couch co-op, which I have to say I'm always a fan of, and this is giving me High on Life vibes with this style. So you play as an astronaut who's been stranded on this colourful and dangerous looking planet, and your mission is to try to survive and get back home. There are bizarre aliens, monsters and creatures everywhere, and you need to jump, scan, explore and shoot your way around the 4 different planets. You're also equipped with an array of weapons including goo guns, a whip and various others. There's also puzzle solving, crafting, new equipment to collect, gear to upgrade and outfits to customise. This definitely looks like a fun co-op game to play, and one that I'm looking forward to since finishing Split Fiction. So Revenge of the Savage Planet releases on May 8th, and that's coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox and PC. Or you can play it 3 days early if you go for the Cosmic Hoarder Edition. Okay, so this next one is one that I am personally really hyped to play in May, and that is Deliver at All Costs. When we got the release date trailer back in March, I immediately got Mafia minigame vibes, and I am 100% down for this. So you play as a delivery driver in the late 50s with one mission: to deliver at all costs. You can smash buildings up, run people over, create absolute havoc as you drive across the city, leaving what looks like a trail of debris in your way. There are police chases, vehicle upgrades, rivalry crews, and from what I can tell, the ability to pretty much destroy everything in sight. Now it, at least for me, combines loads of different game styles into one simple game. There's a bit of moving out, Mafia, and crazy taxi. Maybe even the original GTA playstyle with that top-down view. I also like the fact that it still has a storyline with these 360 looking graphics. So yeah, for me, this is a day one pickup. It looks fun, and I can imagine this is what a Mafia spin-off game would have looked like. So Deliver at All Costs drops on May 22nd, and that's coming to the PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And if you fancy playing a horror game where everything is made from clay, we've got the dark adventure game The Midnight Walk, and this looks pretty damn creepy. So you play as the Burnt One, a mysterious figure who rises from the grave, dusts himself off and repairs their body. You're then joined by a lantern creature known as Potboy, who you'll use to light your way through the world, battling enemies and solving puzzles. Now it's been said that this is a cozy game, but it's definitely littered with creepy looking creatures, bosses and monsters that I can imagine being pretty scary in the dark. Just look at this thing. Now not only does this game look awesome, it's giving me Sackboy meets the Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. But this entire game has been built using clay, literally. Everything was sculptured in clay first, then 3D scanned to create this very unique world and art style, especially with the stop motion that they've decided to go for. And what's great is this game supports both normal play and VR, so it's not exclusive to one or the other. So The Midnight Walk launches on May 8th, and that's coming to the PS5 and PC. Next up, if you're craving that retro 80s vibe or 80s cop movie style, we have The Precinct dropping on May 13th, and this looks great. This is kind of how I remember the original GTA games looked to me when I was a kid. It's got that old school top-down look, well, nearly top-down, and this looks like a lot of fun to play. So you play as a cop in the 80s, fresh out of the academy, where you're trying your best to keep the streets clean. You'll need to respond to various crimes ranging from parking tickets to full-blown gang shootouts, get involved with intense car chases, go at it on foot or use the helicopter. You can also go at it solo or call for backup by calling other squad cars, roadblocks and spikes. And can I just say how good this game looks? I watched a few gameplay videos and the lighting and style on this looks awesome. I mean, it looks great during the day, nice and bright with loads of detail, but at night this place looks incredible. I also think it's pretty crazy that we're getting this game and Deliver at All Costs in the same month. They're very similar style, but obviously very different at the same time. Now, I can imagine this game being a lot of fun to play, and I reckon it will look great on handheld consoles as well. This feels like it is made for something like the PlayStation Portal or Steam Deck. So, The Precinct launches on May 13th, and that's coming to the PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Okay, and if you like your simulator games, who doesn't? We've had so many of these over the years, from trains to buses, power washing and goats. Well, why not add one more to the list, and this time it's constructing and repairing roads in Roadcraft. This is developed by the same team who made Mud Runner and Snow Runner, where you essentially get access to various types of machinery and vehicles, including bulldozers, cranes and trucks. And of course, each vehicle you use will have its own purpose, whether it's clearing debris, digging out the roads, laying concrete or repairing pipework. This game is totally different to anything else in today's video, but it looks chill enough to kick back and enjoy. So if you want to pretend to fix the roads here in the UK, Roadcraft releases on May 20th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Okay, and this next one looks interesting. This is Blades of Fire, which is a dark fantasy single-player action-adventure game from 505 Games. And bizarrely, I have seen little to no hype at all for this game. Yeah, it looks great. So you play as a warrior called Aaron, where the kingdom you live in has been cursed and steel has been turned to stone. That's going to make your job as a blacksmith pretty tough right now. But luckily for you, you've got a rare power that allows you to forge steel. So you travel across the war-torn land, crafting weapons and fighting the enemies, with the mission of taking down the queen who has cursed the kingdom. There's loads of exploration and you're going to need to use the map or pointers as it's going to be huge. Combat is also third person, and from what we've seen so far, it does a nice job of combining brutal realism and that fast-paced combat. But this all comes down to the weapons that you craft and use. So, Blades of Fire releases on May 22nd, and that will be on the PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Okay, and if you ever played Onimusha back on the PlayStation 2, we're talking early noughties here, you'll be pleased to know that we're getting a remaster this month. So, Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is getting an HD remaster along with modernised controls and some quality of life improvements. And honestly, this looks good. This also feels like the perfect time to play it, as the new game Way of the Sword is set to release in 2026. And talking of PS2 games coming to the PlayStation 5, there are so many PS2 games that I would like to see remastered or just made available on the PS5. I still want to see the Getaway and Bully redone, maybe even a Need for Speed Underground and Burnout. But what about you guys? Are there any PS2 games that you would love to see remastered or remade for the PS5? Anyways, this one drops on May 23rd, and although we're not getting a PS5 and an Xbox Series version, we are getting a PS4 and Xbox One version which will play on the newer consoles. Oh, along with PC and the Switch as well. And one for the racing or F1 fans out there, on May 30th, we're getting the 18th installment of EA Sports F1. It's pretty much what we've had over the last 5 years or so, but it's got some nice new features for 2025. And first up, Breaking Point makes a return, and this is the narrative-driven story mode that you get to experience within the game. There's also going to be improvements to the team management options and settings, a few reverse tracks, and some technical changes too. EA have also said they've been able to enhance the realism of several circuits throughout the game, including improving the surface bumps and conditions, and almost updating or redesigning the surrounding areas as well. I mean, this looks pretty good to me, but I've not played an F1 game for years, so I can't tell if this is a significant change over 2024 or not. Either way, EA Sports F1 25 races onto the PS5, Xbox Series and PC on May 30th, unless you want that early access, and you can play it 3 days earlier on May 27th. And then just before we talk about the PlayStation Plus monthly games that we're getting in May, we've got Elden Ring Night Reign. This is a new standalone spin-off which is set in the same universe as Elden Ring, but this time it focuses on co-op gameplay. Think of it as a roguelike battle royale meets zombies in COD. So you'll choose from a list of 8 pre-made characters, each with varying skills and abilities. Then you team up with up to 2 others in this battle against the enemies. Throughout the rounds, you'll be able to upgrade or enhance your characters by collecting relics to take on the bosses, and there's going to be a round table hold. This is where you can upgrade your equipment for future runs, a bit like a loadout. There's even going to be a ring of power that shrinks the playable area as you play over the 3 days and the 3 nights. Now I think when this was first announced, a lot of us thought this was going to be an Elden Ring 2, but as you can see, it is not that. I guess if you like Elden Ring and you like Battle Royale games, this is going to be the perfect combo that you've been waiting for. So Elden Ring Night Reign drops on May 30th, and that's coming to PlayStation, Xbox and PC. And if you're on PlayStation, here's a quick reminder